See, I woke up, I played with my son. He woke up way too early. And then when he went back to sleep, I went for a run in Hyde Park, tried to dodge the Tour de France that was going on there. And afterwards, had some lunch, and then got in a van and came down here for a whole slew of interviews today. And I like to get to the show fairly early so that I can check out some of the bands, I can do all the press I need to do, and I can warm up on my guitar and not be too rushed like I was yesterday, man. It was such a rush to do everything and get on stage on time to play 15 minutes. It was crazy. They approached us, actually. We were very adamant about not being added to the general public announcement because we were playing the next day, and we were thinking, well, maybe if we were being announced at Live Earth Day, might impact ticket sales for today. But as it turns out, it didn't impact the ticket sales at all. In fact, I think it improved to the ticket sales today, or the walk-up today. I've always been somewhat of a environmentalist. I have a ranch. I grow my own food. I spend a lot of time surfing. I'm very interactive with the environment, and I love the earth, man. I love Mother Nature, and I don't need to listen to a bunch of politicians get up on soapboxes to tell me that there's something wrong with the environment, you know. To me, it's really obvious, and I'd rather be more proactive than to just sit around and watch everything go up in flames, you know. And so I'm very proud of the fact that we got involved and stepped up, and I know that in the future we're going to start being much more conscious about our contributions to global warming. I mean, it's such an important issue, and plus I have a family now. I have a young son, and I want him to grow up in a healthy environment, you know, much like I did when I was that age. Well, if we do decide to play one new song, it will be that that one new song we've been playing for, I don't know, for about the last year or so. We did some shows in Asia. We did some shows last summer, and it was pretty much the same song we've been playing. We try not to give too much away. So, you know, the set list will be traditionally like it always is. Have gotten it together literally a half an hour before we go on stage, and everyone will have their opinions on why we should or shouldn't do certain songs, and we'll come to a conclusion, and that might include the new song, it might not. It all really depends on how everyone's feeling, and it really depends also on how James's voice is feeling too. The condition of his voice really dictates a lot of the material that we play. It's coming along fairly well. I mean, we wrote 22 songs with the intention of recording 12 or 14, with the intention of putting maybe 9 or 10 on the new album, depending on how they all turn out. Once they're all finally recorded, mixed, and done. The music is really heavy, surprise. Very, very progressive. Different from anything we've ever done before again. Yes, there are guitar solos. Yes, the production will be slightly better. We're using Rick Rubin. We're not recording in HQ. We're recording down in LA at a place called Sound City. And we're just about to finish the drums, the drumming aspect of it. And when we get back to the States, that's when Rob, James, and I start playing our instruments and building tracks, and we're all pretty psyched about it. The material we feel is very, very strong. I like to think that it sits somewhere between And Justice for All and the Black Album. That little niche right there. And like I said, again, it's very, very different. You know, we haven't really gotten to that point. There's just a million other things to worry about before we get to that. But inevitably, our manager will walk into the room and lay down the hammer and say, we need to name this album, which is pretty stressful because we'll settle on 4 different names, and then we'll just kind of battle it out to see which one is finally standing, you know? We're actually shooting for early 2008 release. I would be extremely surprised if it comes out sooner than that, but I would be extremely disappointed if it came out later than that, let's just say. What we do, I think, is one of the greatest things any person can do. You know, I mean, the opportunity to go out and write music and play songs and go out on tour, I mean, it's such a wonderful thing, you know, and I'm glad that we're in a position where we still can do something like that, and we all kind of realize, you know, how fortunate we are, and so, I mean, it's come to the point where, you know, we're doing this because we love to do it. Is there any real reason to stop? I mean, we're happy doing this. We're perfectly happy doing this. The thought of retirement kind of scares me, because then what else am I going to do? Sure, you know, it'd be easy for me to retire in some tropical island somewhere and just surf the rest of my life away, but I don't think I would be happy, you know. I don't think I'd have the same sort of fulfillment. I don't think I'd have the same sort of creative satisfaction or gratification. And knowing that there's a lot of people out there who demand to see Metallica and hear Metallica in a working sort of model, I mean, you know, it just doesn't make sense to stop. I mean, I would hate to be in a position like Led Zeppelin, who have broken up over 25 years ago, yet still sell albums. The demand is still there. But you know, those demands aren't being fulfilled because they are just not a band, and I understand that they weren't the band that they used to be because it's just 3 surviving members. But I'm only using them as an example. But you know what I mean? I mean, there's no reason not to do it. Doubtful. Because we really wanted to buckle down the studio and, again, like, get that momentum up where we can just start the creative wave rolling again and get it finished and get it done and get it to the people and get back out on the road. I really enjoy the whole touring thing. I think more so than the other guys in the group. The studio process, though, you know, it can be very rewarding. I get caught up in the tedium of it, and I just get restless. I get impatient, you know. Sure, it's important for me to sit through the 106th mix of this certain song, but I want it done. I don't want to go out there and I want to rock.